Step number 1, determine how much income you will need after you retire. Okay. Step number 2, estimate your other income sources. Okay. What other income did you have coming in? Number 3, calculate your income need, from your retirement savings. And then number 4, determine how much you will need in savings. And then step number 5, which a lot of people forget, you have to adjust for inflation too.
Wow, Ron, that really sounds complicated. Can you break it down for us, please?
Yeah, it's really not that complicated. Let's break it down in steps. So step 1, determine how much income you need after you retire. So, Jerry, the average retiree needs, and this is a rule of thumb, needs about 80% of their pre-retirement income in order to maintain the same standard of living after they retire. Admittedly, this isn't perfect, and you should use this percentage, up or down to better fit your goals. For example, if you always have been a super saver, like I know you are, Jerry, a super saver, and you plan to downsize your home and lifestyle after retirement, you could probably live comfortably less, significantly less than 80% of your income. On the other hand, if you want to travel more, you want to spoil your grandchildren, you want to pursue expensive hobbies, you may want to aim for more than 80%. Okay. But that's just a rule of thumb. At our firm, that's actually step 1. We help all our clients run a deep analysis of all their kind of future expectations, expenses. So we try to get really laser precise to determine the accurate number that then we can create a financial plan around it. But this is the first step. But for now, 80% is a good rule of thumb.
Okay, thanks. Ron 提到了，如果我们在退休以前想保持现在的生活水准的话，我们退休时候大概需要现在收入的80%。我原来一直以为相比现在，我退休后应该不需要那么多钱。这个或许我们都应该重新算一算。Ron, what is the next then?
Next step 2, you want to estimate your other income sources, So the good news is that, your retirement savings, investments are likely not your only source of income. Most Americans over the age of 62 are eligible for Social Security benefits. And many people also may have benefits from current or former employment. Also, you have to think about any kind of potential inheritance coming in. Maybe you got some money coming in from a divorced spouse, other things like that. You have to look at how much different income you have coming in. But the Social Security benefit formula is rather complex, and it's also impossible to know how much you will earn between now and then when you retire. But you can get a good idea of what to expect from Social Security by going to that website. There's a website, www.ssa.gov, and you can view your most current Social Security statement. And then also, if you have a pension plan, you can usually log into your pension plan online and get an estimate of how much income you can expect in retirement. So other income sources, Jerry.
Thanks, Ron. 是的，我记得在哪里我自己也看到过，说美国人退休后的总收入之中，大约只有30%来自于社保或退休金。我还记得当时作者这么说来着：社保或者退休金也被常称为是一种补充的收入，作为你自己钱袋的补充。如果有人天真的认为他可以靠社保、退休金来过退休生活的话，那就大错特错了。Ron, is that so?
Exactly right, Jerry. Social Security hopefully will be part of extra income. So Jerry, step 3, deduct your other income sources from your income needs. Very straightforward. This is what we call the gap.
这一步听起来很简单啊。Ron, what's the next then?
Step number 4, determine how much you'll need in savings. What we call the 4% rule of retirement, okay? The 4% rule of retirement essentially says that you can withdraw 4% of your savings during first year of retirement and then give yourself cost of living adjustments in subsequent years without ever having to worry about running out of money. So basically, you can tap in 4% per year. While this rule may have its shortcomings, but it's a good tool to kind of estimate your savings goal.
我听说过这个所谓的4%的原理，是不是叫做，如果我没记错的，好像叫什么黄金退休率是吧？这个婴儿潮时代以后出生的退休的主要问题，之一恐怕就是钱在退休的时候到底够不够用，因为人均寿命越来越长， 通胀又成一种常态化。我想这应该不是杞人忧天。Ron, do you think so?
Yes, no, you are right, Jerry. It is the golden rule of retirement. There's a Chinese proverb, Chinese saying that says you can be young and poor, but you should never be old and poor. I don't want to be old, nor do I want to be poor, Jerry.
Neither do I.
So there is a step 5 here that a lot of people forget about. So we're not just done yet, Jerry. It's adjust for inflation. That's a very important factor that people, when they sit down, they need to factor in, because $1 million in 2020 is not going to have the same buying power, not the same purchasing power, when you retire. That's especially true if you're still a decade away from retirement. So while there's no way to know what inflation is going to be each year in the future, a reasonable expectation based on historical data that we use a long-term inflation rate of about 3% per year to factor that into the calculations.
你要问我的话，3%的话，恐怕在将来也未必能够守得住，因为确实一方面在过去几十年，美国的通胀一直处在低位，但是呢，我想这一次疫情后的大规模救济、印钞发钱、量化宽松、经济疲软，所以我想这个在今后的若干年当中，持续通胀恐怕是一个常态。另外呢，我也记得最近这个媒体上的一些这个结论，你比如说野村证券一直是被看作是业内比较保守的，他认为美元在今后5年内大概会贬值20%，而那个罗奇他是前摩根斯坦利的亚洲系主席，也是耶鲁的经济学家，他就认为美元在接下来的2到3年内将会贬值1/3，也就是大概在30%到35%左右。Ron, do you think so?
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Jerry. I think 3% is a very conservative number, but we're going to go use this 3% historical number data to calculate the amount. And once you go through these 5 steps, then you will have your magic number. That is custom tailored to you. Everyone should calculate their magic number for retirement, so they know exactly how to plan around it.
Thank you, Ron. 这也是我为什么请 Ron 过来跟我们讲的。他是一个非常资深的理财顾问。我去年呢跟 Ron 一起在 Board of Trade 上了一堂课，我们俩去客串做教授去了，讲也是讲 retirement。就是那个时候我认识 Ron 很久，但是我们俩一起上课，我觉得我们俩的想法非常的一致。他呢是经常跟他的客人谈这个5步的，我觉得这个5步其实很清晰。杰伟是不是？他1步、2步、3步，每个人到最后都会有一个非常清晰的这个数字。为什么这个很重要呢？我做会计做了差不多30年了啊，就是很多时候就像刚才杰瑞讲的，我们都是拼命赚钱、拼命存钱，没有去从一个最后的一个结果去想。就好像我现在要出去旅游了，然后我开着车能开哪里就开哪里，而不是说我要去一个目的地，然后我朝这个目的地开，有一个 GPS。所以我觉得这个5 steps 这个 magic number 在我的心目中呢，就是好像是一个 GPS 那样。尽管呢它看上去是很简单的，其实没有那么简单。